Welcome to Real Civil YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about the causes of corrosion. So if you see, corrosion is one of the major problem because every year we spend millions and millions dollars to protect the reinforcement and to prevent the corrosion. So we'll see what is the cause of corrosion. Okay. So in order to understand the cause of corrosion, first you need to understand the concrete. So in concrete, there is a CSA gel, as you all know, that gives the strength, and along with that, there is calcium hydroxide. Okay, so this calcium hydroxide is strongly alkaline in nature. Okay, so the pH is of concrete is around 13. Okay, so we know that 0 to 7 it is acidic and 7 to 14 it is alkaline. So it is close to 13. So that means it is very alkaline in nature. So it prevents the corrosion of steel. How it prevents? So basically there is a formation of thin protective film of iron oxide on the steel surface. So basically a protective layer gets formed, and we term this layer as a passivity. So schematically I have shown here, this is your reinforced concrete, this is your bar or rebar, and here you can see the passivating film, and this film is made up of iron oxide. So as long as this film is intact, the steel surface is not exposed for reaction with O2 and H2O. So in next slide, we are going to see what is basically definition of corrosion. Okay. So as the passive layer is destroyed, so when this layer gets destroyed, when your pH falls below 11, as your pH falls below 11, this protective layer gets destroyed and it is now exposed to water and oxygen. Okay, so let's see basically what do we mean by corrosion. Okay, so basic definition of corrosion is like, corrosion of steel is the reaction of iron. So we know that it is iron which reacts with oxygen and in presence of water. So that is the simple definition of the corrosion: reaction of iron with oxygen in presence of water, right? So it is an electrochemical reaction. So here you can see a steel bar. So what happens on the steel surface, there is a formation of anodic and cathodic regions. So let's understand what happened at the anodic region. So whatever Fe is there, it loses Fe ions and 2 electrons. Okay, so what happened next? These electrons moves to the cathodic region and they react with water and oxygen. So there is a formation of hydroxide ions. Now what happens? These negatively charged hydroxide ions and these positively charged Fe ions, you can see here, Fe plus 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 2OH minus, there is a formation of product, we called it as a ferrous hydroxide. Okay, Again that ferrous hydroxide react with water and oxygen, and there is a formation of ferric hydroxide. So it is basically ferrous and here it is ferric hydroxide. Okay, upon oxidation the product form, we call that product as a rust. Okay, so it is shown here with the help of a figure. Okay, same reactions are shown here. Now let's understand what are the types of corrosion. So basically there are two types of corrosion. First one is the chloride induced corrosion and second one is carbonation induced corrosion. So generally the chloride induced corrosion is referred as a localized corrosion, whereas carbonation induced corrosion is referred as uniform corrosion. So one more thing about chloride induced corrosion is it is very intense. Intense means what? The rate of corrosion is more in case of chloride induced corrosion, whereas in case of carbonation induced corrosion the rate is slower, means comparatively. Okay, so these are the two types we are going to see in the next slide. Okay, so here I have shown you the reinforcement which is corroded. Again you can see here. Okay, so let's discuss about chloride induced corrosion. So what happens in chloride induced corrosion? Suppose if your concrete is permeable, okay, maybe because of crack, okay, the water and chloride ions, they gets penetrate and reach up to the reinforcement. So you can see here the chloride ions and water, because of the concrete is permeable, they will reach. Okay, then the chloride ions surround the reinforcement and react with the steel to form FeCl2. I have shown the reaction here. Fe++, so it is positively charged ions and these are the negatively charged ions, they form ferrous chloride. Okay, when this ferrous chloride reacts with water, there is a formation of ferrous hydroxide and this is your well known hydrochloric acid. Okay, so this acid break the passive layer. Okay, as I told you, around the reinforcement there is a passive layer of iron oxide, and this is basically because of alkaline nature. But this hydrochlorine is an acid, that's why it destroy that layer. Okay, so that is the basic phenomena of chloride induced corrosion. Now let's understand what is carbonation induced corrosion. So basically this is related to the carbon dioxide. So the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere through surface cracks it enters and it starts consuming calcium hydroxide. How it consumes? I have shown you the reaction here. So calcium hydroxide and carbon dioxide, there is a reaction. So calcium hydroxide is consumed, means calcium carbonate is formed and water is formed. Okay, so because of that what happens, there is a lowering of pH. Okay, so because of, as pH decreases, that layer gets destabilized. Okay, and as the layer is destabilized, your reinforcement get exposed and corrosion take place in presence of water and oxygen. So basically carbon dioxide reacts with calcium hydroxide and it lowers the pH. As lowers pH means acidic environment is there, so the layer gets destabilized and then there is exposure to the oxygen and water, and there is a reaction. Okay, so what exactly happened after the formation of the rust? So that I have shown you with the help of figure. So here you can see this is your concrete and this is your steel reinforcement. Okay, so what happens whenever there is a rusting? Whenever there is a rusting, that product is voluminous, means it has more volume. Okay, so because of more volume, it apply the internal pressure on the concrete, and because of that there is a formation of the cracks. Okay, so in detail the effect are like, as the rust form, then there is a loss of cross sectional area of steel, uh, as you can see here. Yes, so this is a steel bar, but because of the reaction it loses the cross sectional area. So here you can see that much area is lost, means rust is formed of that area. Okay, so as area get lost, obviously there will be reduction in the tensile capacity of the member, because steel is known for its tensile capacity. As the area decreases, obviously the tensile capacity is going to decrease. So that is the first effect. So what is second effect? As I told you, whatever corrosion product or rust which is forming, that rust is more voluminous. Means what? The volume of that rust is more as compared to the original rebar. So because of that, your concrete feels the expansive pressure, and because of pressure there is a crack. Okay, so there are cracks on the concrete, as well as there is a spalling. So spalling means what? Here you can see this picture is before corrosion, built up of corrosion. So during corrosion built up there will be crack. Okay, when the entire portion of the concrete falls, then we called it as a spalling of the concrete. Okay, and this basically happens because the rust is applying the pressure on the concrete. Okay, then corrosion induced the cracks. So these cracks provide easy access to the deleterious material from the outside environment, and thus they accelerate the damage. So basically, loss of area, reduction in tensile capacity, spalling of the concrete, and entry to the deleterious material. So these are the effects. In prevention, I'm just going to take an overview. Okay, not in detail, because there are entire different chapter will be there on prevention of the corrosion. So basically you can make your concrete impermeable. You can provide adequate cover depth, means suppose this is your beam, these are your reinforcement. Okay, then this is your cover. So make sure you are providing the cover as per the IS code. Proper cover is provided. Then concrete with alkaline atmosphere prevents the corrosion even in presence of large quantity of chloride. So we know that in presence of or due to alkaline nature, the iron oxide layer is there. Okay, so alkaline nature is very important. Dry atmosphere means water availability should be less, relative humidity below 40%, again water availability will not be there, and hence it prevent the corrosion. Then fully submerged concrete, there also less corrosion because except the water with entrained air. Also you can use corrosion inhibiting admixtures, so there are different admixture available, okay, like calcium nitrite is there. Also you can go for epoxy coating to the reinforcement, so you can either coat the reinforcement or you can either coat the concrete also. So there are many preventions methods are available, just you need to go and look in detail, because in this video I'm just covering the basically what causes and what are the effects. Okay, so for prevention we can make another video basically. So thank you, please like, share, subscribe the Real Civil YouTube channel. If you have any doubt you can ask me, you can join our Instagram, Telegram channels, WhatsApp channels, and you can ask me the doubts also, I will surely reply. So thank you so much.